Why is Hex better than Bitcoin? Well, first of all, it's the fundamentals of the code. The fundamentals of the code are better than Bitcoin's fundamentals. The inflation model is better than Bitcoin's inflation model. The staking feature is better than a mining feature. It's new tech versus old tech. It's decentralized versus centralized. Yes, all of those things. Well, ahoy, crypto pirates, hexicans, pulse. What do you guys call yourselves? Pulsicans? That's kind of lame. Can we just say hexicans? Cryptopians? I don't know. Anyway, welcome back to Chatting with the Captain. I am your Captain RG3. Still here, still not going anywhere. Appreciating all you. Hey, Robert, thanks for coming in. Good seeing you. Thanks for all your brilliant guys. If you aren't following our TikTok, I'm on TikTok. Yes, the Chinese thought experiment turned rogue intelligence gathering app, I suppose. Anyway, it's cool. You get to watch people dance and watch me make fool out of myself or rant or talk about crypto. So go to TikTok, go find Captain RG3 on the TikToks and see some of Robert Kelleher's amazing work. Thank you again, Robert, for all the stuff you're doing. I think I owe you an answer or explanation of something. I'll get back with you after the stream. I've been really busy today. Anyway, I'm real busy today. Gosh, such cool stuff going on in the background because of the fact that we now have PulseChain. Do you guys realize that there's like real DeFi work going on? Like we are really doing DeFi. Like we're going to launch projects. We're going to launch all kinds of cool stuff on PulseChain. This is getting exciting. It's really getting exciting. People that we're talking to, high level folks from all kinds of different industries, wanting to come to blockchain, wanting to be part of the crypto explosion. Everybody's looking at the bull market in the face, going, bring it. I know we're in a little cool off right now. But it's, guys, this is the first initial pumps. It's like, if you haven't been around for a bull market, hold on to your shorts, baby. Hold on to your shorts because here it comes. Oh, it gets so much fun. All right. Well, Ike, thanks for coming. Fox Mulder. You guys. Logi 33. I'm doing great. And it's not Mr. Captain, it's Mr. Trois or Mr. 3. That's what you want to call me. Mr. 3. That's what they call me at the hotels and in first class on the airplanes and all that. It's Mr. 3. So Zenith, what's up with you? Good having you, man. Can't wait to hang out with you guys again. Blue Collar Grunt, what's up? All right, guys. So my guest this evening is so I kind of like caught a stream here and there. It was like I literally thought like we had like a 15 or 16-year-old streamer out there, like, called Fashion Coder. And I'm watching, I'm like, this is really cool. This is cool stuff because I'm fascinated with the younger generations because of how absolutely freaking brilliant you guys are. Like the brilliance. I mean, there's some areas we got to talk about. There's stuff we got to talk about, guys, in those generations, but the absolute brilliance of your minds because of the tools that you've had to grow up with. I mean, just amazing. So I was a fan. And, because when you're watching YouTube and you're watching crypto videos and stuff, you see these people pop in here and there. And then all of a sudden we were at our Vegas event and I hear somebody say, hey, Fashion Coder's here. And I was like, oh, Fashion Coder. Really? Like the Fashion Coder? Like the YouTube Fashion Coder is here? And I think we both kind of fan crypto folked on each other, and we're like, she's handing me a sticker, and I'm like, oh my god, it's Fashion Coder. She's like, you're RG3, and it was like kind of a weird, cool thing all at the same time, and that's how we met in Vegas, and then got to speak with her family, and just found out how much of an absolutely wonderful person she is, and then later on, I found out that like I just thought that was like kind of her name, like Fashion Coder, kind of gives it that crypto kind of vibe. No, actually, she's a real coder. She's like really smart, been to college and graduated, and she's not like 16. She's like, way older than that. And I felt really, really dumb and found out how she really does code. So anyway, without any further ado, let's bring up our friend Fashion Coder. What's happening?
What is up? Thank you so much for having me, RG3. And it was crazy meeting you because we were like
I felt
at
the same
the
way.
it was so crazy. We were like passing each other in the hallway at the Power City party. And it was just like, oh my gosh. It was like there you were.
And then I got a sticker, and I was like, oh, and my sticker has. So my sticker has been up there on my shelf that says, I don't know if you've ever seen it in my show, but my Fashion Coder sticker was sitting up there. Well, guess what? I got like raided by my producer. She was over here. She was recording some stuff. And she said, this is an absolute mess. The studio is a mess. You've got just stuff willy-nilly laying all over the place. So she started cleaning up my stuff. She took all my stickers and she piled them. And I haven't been able to find my stickers ever since. But I know they're here.
No.
But your sticker has always been up there ever since you
Thank
gave it
you.
to me, because I got to meet Fashion Coder in real life.
Oh, you're sweet. Well, I got to meet you in real life, which was really the treat.
All right, let's stop it. People are going to get sick of this. All right. So let me dig back into that. So, Fashion Coder isn't some goofy name. You really code. You really have gone to school, and you are
Yep.
a coder, correct?
Yep, exactly. So my bachelor's degree is in computer science, and then my master's is in MBA in IT management.
Now,
So it's fun.
do you have any like code behind your name? Have you done anything out there that's like you could
So I've worked for a couple of different companies. When I was actually in college, there were a couple of patents that were pending at the company that I was working for that I was working on. I don't even actually know if they went through. Like I never followed up.
You
So
know what? I've got stuff like that, and I don't even know if they've gone through. Like I pay for
yeah,
them on a regular basis, and I don't even know if they've gone through. That's the
exactly.
copywriting and patent office, and the what do you call it? The uh, uh, um, oh, what do they call that?
The trademark and
Your
all.
trademark.
Yep.
Yeah, I get all this stuff all the time, and they say it never is definitive. Like I own the trademarks or anything. It's just like, yeah, pay us another $1,000, and I'm like, oh, geez, more bills, and they're still not done.
Yes.
And
It's
it's like
crazy.
3, 4 years they've been working on that stuff. But anyway, so oh well, awesome. I know I worked for big companies. We don't want to talk about those things anymore anyway, because now we're doing our own thing and we're free, right? Do
Crypto.
you do crypto only?
Nope. So I work for a tech company and I am a product owner. So I still do all of that, which is fun. So I still have my career job. I don't really know yet what I want to do with my life when it comes to like what avenue I'm going to like fully pursue. And so I don't know if I still like want to do the whole corporate world type thing. And so yeah, so I'm still working my tech job and I love it. That's the thing is I really do like it. And so yeah, it would be kind of hard to give it up.
Yeah, if you like it, if you love, well, you said you love it. You didn't say you like it. You said love it. So if you love it,
Yeah.
then and it pays the bills and you're having fun,
Exactly.
then do it. Just do
Yeah.
it. I mean,
Right now, it's good.
I hated my job. I just absolutely despised it. I was good at it. I made a good living doing it, but I was only good at it because I was trying to get work done so fast that I became very, very good and efficient at it, because I wanted
Gotcha.
to go home every day as soon as I could.
Uh-huh.
And then it just kind of bit me in the ass because I just got better and better and better. And before I knew it, I was working longer and more. And it was just, ugh, it was
Yeah.
horrible. So I
The
was
whole
always trying.
experience.
So,
No.
so, um, so not full-time crypto, but you're working in the space. What's your goals in the space? What is it that you want to do? I know you have your podcast, and we'll talk about that. But what's your goals in the space? What do you see like in the future for Fashion Coder in 5 years? What do you want it to look like here?
So I love everything I get to do now. I love being able to, post videos, do live streams and all of that. But I really am targeting the younger generation when it really comes down to it. And
Mhm.
so that if I could continue to help people that are younger get into crypto, that is the dream. That's the goal.
So what are you seeing with folks, your age, 5 years older, 5 years younger, like your target audience? What are you seeing as far as their crypto acumen? Are they really dumb? Are they naive? Are they getting it? Is it too difficult? Is the barrier to entry hard? What are you seeing out there?
I feel like it's honestly case by case, but for the most part, people have no financial literacy at all. They don't even know how to save. They don't know how to
Mm.
budget. And so because of that, it's like, oh my gosh, crypto is like 10 steps down the line. Investing is 10 steps down the line. And then crypto's even
Let's
further,
get
right?
you figured out with a checkbook first, right? Well, people don't even use checkbooks.
Exactly.
Let's balance your. I mean, you don't even have to
Yeah.
balance anymore. Like we used to have to
Yeah.
write the shit down in a book, like literally write it down in a book, or you didn't have your balance, or you had to go into
Yep.
the bank and ask them, "Hey, what's my balance?" And that's how it
Yeah.
was done. Now it's like it's all there. You pull it up. Oh, okay. Your ledger's all done for you, and all that kind of stuff. And still, people you think are financially
Yeah.
illiterate.
So that's something that's unfortunate in that realm. And then I do these different polls all the time. Like I try and get data from people, right? And one of the things that I ask is, do you own crypto? And a ton of people say yes. But what I found out is
Mm,
that they own crypto on like Robinhood
yes.
or and even like Coinbase is way far down the line of something that
Wow.
they own on. They own
Because of
in
the
all these other
barrier to
aspects.
entry.
Exactly. Yes. And then they don't understand it too, right? And
So
so, yeah.
so what is Robinhood doing? I mean, so obviously, I mean, you have to make a couple more clicks on Coinbase than you have to make on Robinhood. I mean, you still got to click, you still got to fill stuff out. Robinhood it can be that much easier, right? I mean, is it the marketing? What is it you think that's got everybody on Robinhood, which is a ridiculous kind of like you're not really self custody. It's kind of they've got
No.
custody, right?
Yeah,
Quasi
it's like
custody.
worse. It's more centralized than Coinbase.
Oof.
So, yeah.
Because you
Um,
got to like request your funds to even come out, right? Like,
yeah, you're just owning, they say you own it, but they own it. And yeah, it's a
because they
mess.
have the
Do
keys. You
not
don't have
own
keys.
crypto on Robinhood.
Oh.
Not the thing. Yeah. So, I think it is marketing first and foremost. There's adoption on Robinhood, just like by the general public, right? So
Mhm.
eventually there will be adoption, right, of like Coinbase or crypto.com or whatever specific centralized exchange. And then it will be a snowball effect, hopefully being decentralized. But yeah. And then Venmo, Wealthy said it in the comments. Venmo also has the option to invest into crypto. And I don't know if
Oh,
you've
they
seen
do.
that.
I have not seen that. I'm
Yep.
usually just throwing money out of Venmo. I don't ever look
Right.
at
I
any
know.
that's coming through.
Yeah, so Venmo has that too. And I actually think it's really cool that Venmo's doing it. I mean, obviously, I would never own crypto in Venmo, but it is that barrier to entry. There's
Yes.
not that much of a barrier because you already have money in Venmo. And so it is an easier way to get in.
Yeah, and people are getting more exposure to crypto when they see it, and once their bank does it, I think banks that would be the knockdown drag out right there. If a bank just says, okay, we'll let you have a crypto wallet within your bank account here, and
Yeah.
just do it that way. They're the ones with the banking licenses, right? May as well do it. Um, they they'd be better off for it. They can
Yeah.
charge people fees.
Exactly. I mean, they could earn a lot of money from that, and they probably would charge for like fees. I've personally had issues with my bank that I can't have a business credit card if I am teaching about crypto. So if I have a crypto course or anything like that, I can't have a business credit card through them or even an account. And so that's been wild.
Yeah, well, on one hand, I understand it because I mean, you and I say it within this community because we know it that 99% of the cryptos out there are scams.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's a way for those banks and institutions to protect themselves. So I mean, I can't blame them 100%. I know that they are the evil um, uh, uh, industrial complex that we're going up, the banking industrial complex that we're going up against. But I know that they're still trying to operate and function within, what their abilities are and what they can and can't be part of. And let's face it, like 99% of it is scams, rug pulls, and garbage.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So I get it. Um, so so when you say financial literacy, are you saying that maybe their investment strategies, their saving strategies, their putting away money for a rainy day or for the future, is that more of the literacy issue that's out there? Because I mean, you don't have to be literate to operate your account anymore. It's all there in front of you with a click and a click.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think that actually makes us more illiterate, right? Like we don't have to balance our checkbook. Like I can just go on right now and look at my bank account and know how much money I have and see what's pending and what's not, right? And so that it's super nice. Like I personally am very grateful for that. But I mean, a lot of people in this generation, they don't even have $1,000 to spend. They live paycheck to
Yeah.
paycheck. And so if you're living paycheck to paycheck, how do you have money to invest into crypto?
Yeah, and that's not your generation's complete fault. And I think that the literacy issue comes to the literacy problem comes with the teaching issue. What's being taught? How are people being told what their finances should look like in the future, or what they should start doing, or how they should start looking at it? And that right there is, I think, the issue, because the banks, the institutions, and the wealthy don't want to teach those things to everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Which is sad, but that's why we are here to educate people about crypto and all of the things.
Exactly. And that's why I'm glad that we're having this conversation, because I think that, um, you know, having the conversation with my generation to your generation is because we're the ones that have the money. The boomers and the Xers, we have the money.
Yep.
End of story. That's where it is. You guys, I have kids that are really close to your age, and they don't understand all of this stuff. They don't understand. I mean, my kids obviously no, my son's in crypto, he's fine, but I mean, their generation, they aren't being taught what it is that they need to do. And I think because, so I remember that as I got older and started to become in your age, 20s, 30s, it was all about educating myself about financial literacy, about the products that were out there, about the opportunities that were out there for me. And now I look at it and I go, ooh, like I can't teach the things that I was taught, because those opportunities and those tools are gone. Like they
Yep.
don't exist. Like crypto now is the way. AI is the way. The internet is the way, and that's going to take, I think, your generation to
Yeah,
actually teach everybody these things. Right.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm rooting for you guys, because I think you guys have the raw deal. I really do. And you guys are teaching me a lot, because the reason I said you guys are so brilliant is because the tools that you guys are born with and raised, like I didn't have, their pagers and cell phones and things like that weren't even out when I was in high school. When I was those
Uh-huh.
didn't come out until I was, in my 30s. Like I was 30s when cell phones were coming out to everybody. So I grew
Right.
up without any of that stuff. My 7-year-old is 100 times more intelligent technologically than I am, today at his age. I mean, the kid knows what to do because he grew up with these things. And that's not, it's a problem, and it's a blessing and a problem. You know what I mean? Because
Totally.
you know you guys need to get a little bit of what this generation got. Some of the grit,
Mhm.
some of the work ethic, some of the,
Yep.
go out and get it done, because everything else has been handed to you. Your brains have literally been handed to you. Like, here
Yeah.
you go. Here's all the intelligence you'll ever need.
Mhm.
And how do you feel about that? And then what do you feel about the work ethic and the attitude of people out there, moving forward? Because all I hear is people like they want to be YouTubers. And I'm like, no, it's not what it's cut out to be, guys. It really isn't.
Uh-huh. I hear that a lot too. It's funny that you bring that up. So as a software developer, when I was a software developer, I realized that my job was being a professional Googler. So that's
Ah,
basically what it was, is I got so good at being able to figure out what I needed to Google to find the answer so then I could add it to my code. And so like I could do majority, right? But then when I needed something, it was like, oh, I know how to do this. So how you said like your brain is handed to you, it really is. You just get so good at the mechanism to figure out what you need. And that was wild. I seriously, for the longest time, I was like, if anyone needs a Google search, like just ask me because I can get you exactly what you need in one sentence and like find the exact website without even like really batting an eye, which sounds weird, but
that's a talent. That's a talent.
yeah, yeah, it really was. Um, and so yeah, so there's that side of things, right? But then the work ethic and all of that, like that definitely is lacking, and it's really sad. And I see this in a lot of people's lives is they're sad and depressed because they don't have to work hard for the things that they have. And so that like adds to this whole entire like
Mm,
mental illness side of things, right? And then I mean, it's good to be a hard worker and it's good to have good work ethic. And I think I may have talked about this in one of my streams with you before is my parents like actually added obstacles into me and my sister's lives so we could go through hard things. So then
yeah.
we would build grit to be able to do hard things later on in life too.
Yeah. My daughter right now. I'm letting her go through hard times. Like she knows daddy would be there. She's in college right now. And I'm
Uh-huh.
letting her suffer. Like, okay, be
You
broke.
figure it out.
You'll
Be
figure it
free.
out. Get it. Yeah. Eat
Yep.
your ramen, all that stuff. I love it. I love it because,
Yes.
she's the one that, a dollar would go into her hand and it would be gone. Um,
Yeah.
but back to the Google thing. So, I worked for a radio station here in California called K Rock, and I worked for this lady. Her name was
Okay.
Laura Brown, and she was the producer at Kiss FM for a guy named Rick Dees, and she was just absolutely freaking phenomenal. Like, and this is the days before cell phones. I actually remember we got the cell phone when I was working at the radio station. I was working under her for a while, and we got the first cell phone. It was the big brick with the phone
Yes.
that had the cord on it, and you wore it around, and she walked around everywhere with that thing because this woman had a Rolodex that had everybody and everything in the world in it. She was Google. Like the guys
Awesome.
in the studio would say, "Hey, we want to talk to Arnold Schwarzenegger." Blah blah blah. Boom, she'd hear it. She'd be on that Rolodex. She'd grab a publicist and she'd call a publicist, and we need to get to talk with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Blah 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 blah. And she'd get him on the phone. Like that's the kind of it's like she was Google before
That's
Google,
crazy. Yeah.
and her work ethic and her brain and her Rolodex. I mean, so human beings were doing this stuff already, just putting in more work and more effort. And then, like today now, like I have to catch myself because I'll be like, man, I sure wish I can figure that out or do this or do that. I'm like, duh, Google, YouTube, it's right there.
Uh-huh.
Like, there's 4 videos showing me how to do this or showing me what this is,
Yeah.
or, you know, um, and you guys, you don't even bat an eye. It's like, okay, let's see. I gotta go and it's like,
Uh-huh.
dang, you're on it already. You know where to get the information, and it's right there at your fingertips. It's like having an extra brain. It's a trip. It is a real trip.
Yeah.
However, I hope that doesn't create some type of work ethic issue, because I am seeing that. When I left my industry, I was finding that people of the age that should be out there doing the back-breaking work did not want to. They couldn't take it. It was just way too much for them, you know? And I'm like, are you kidding me? I did that for 30 years. Like I got up at 0 dark 30 in the morning and went to work when I didn't want to and came home when I didn't want to. And that, you
Yeah.
know, but it was a good living and they're still making good money doing it, but they just don't want to do it. They want that easier work, you know? And that concerns me because I'm now seeing it even in the dev space because I'm now doing projects and working with young people and I'm seeing failures on work ethic, delivery, communication, accountability. I'm starting to see a lot of issues there where I didn't see such a chronic problem before in past years, you know.
Interesting. It is interesting. I mean, I feel like we could take it a step further even too. And this is
Mhm.
something that happens to me. Like I'll be talking to Siri, okay, and I'll ask Siri to do a couple of things for me. And I've started talking to her like she's an AI. And I want her to do things for me, and she's not. And so, and I'm like, it kind of makes me mad sometimes. I'm like, oh, Siri can't do that. And so I'm like, Siri's not advanced enough for the things that I want to do. And so then I'll have to, get on my laptop and then go to whatever AI I use and then actually
Don't they
just
have
like
one on the
with
cell phone now? Can't you do a cell
they
phone AI?
they do. It's just nice that you can just be like, hey Siri, she'll answer. It's
Oh,
one more step.
it's stupid. I get into yelling fights with Siri, start calling her
Oh my
names and
gosh. Yeah,
she'll
Siri.
say the wrong thing or it's just anyway.
Exactly.
I have fights with Siri and it's not fun.
It's okay.
Um so now AI. So now what is AI doing for your work and what you're doing? Is that something you're incorporating into everything now or
Yeah, so two things actually. I'll give you one positive story, one negative story. The
Mhm.
positive story is the people that still have a good work ethic and want to work hard use AI as a tool. And so that is something that I have always prided myself in is that I will work hard no matter what it is. And because of AI, is it has allowed me to just work smarter and harder in so many different ways that I wouldn't be able to without AI. And so AI helps me so much. Like it seriously is like my assistant and it's like my script writer and everything. And of course I go through and like change things and all of that, but I love AI. AI is like my best friend. I talk to AI more than I talk to anyone in this entire world. So, which is funny. But I know so many people that they use AI and they already had good work ethics, right? And so it's just something that is like a really good thing for them. The negative side. So we were interviewing people for my company and it was a developer, okay? And I was on the panel for this. They were given a couple of different problems to solve beforehand, and they solved them beforehand, came into the interview, and they had to solve them again. And they didn't know how to solve them. And so they're asking AI on the interview because AI is now integrated into development. So you can just like type it into like the thing that you're coding in. And so they were asking AI for help. And it was like, they don't know how to do their job. Like, they don't know how to do these simple things that we ask them to do. And they are fully relying on AI.
Oof.
Yeah. So that didn't bode well for them and they didn't get the job.
Oof.
But interesting, right?
Yeah.
That could be a problem. So there's pros and cons.
Yeah. No, what I like is that I can customize it to tell me things the way I want it to tell me them.
Yes.
I can, I can find an interesting subject or a question I have, but then I can say, explain it this way, explain it that way. And then I can change the whole thing up and say, and explain it to me like a pirate would. And it'll give me the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes it's better than you could like ever expect. It's like, oh my gosh,
Ever,
that was actually
ever.
cool.
Yeah, ever. I mean, it's great. It's really become an interesting tool. I can't wait to see what people start doing with it. And I was literally just in a meeting right before this where they're talking about interactive AI that is going to, it's like in the gaming world, there, way back in my day, there were these books that we would read, and it would say, okay, to continue the adventure, you can go to page 9, or you can
I
skip all
love
the way to
those.
page 35, right? And oh yeah,
Yes.
that was like a big thing for us. We never
Uh-huh.
nothing, So he said, the AI is going to be entered into games to help you to do these types of things and scenarios within game. And then they said they're actually, the AI is going to help you to create your own mods and create your own um, games themselves, or even create your own game from AI. That you log into the interface, but then the AI says, okay, well, what do you want this game to be? Or the AI
That's so
says,
interesting.
how do you want to watch this movie? Okay,
Yeah.
well, what do you want this movie to? Which way do you want this movie to go? Well,
It's
AI,
wild.
write it this way and send it in this direction, and then the AI can write the rest of the movie for you and actually produce that part of the movie. And then they're going to get to where you can actually have the AI create the whole movie for you. Like, I want to see a movie about pirates in outer space. And
Yeah.
let's make the character this and the character that. And then boom, AI is going to send a movie to you, and you're going to start watching the movie that you just created through AI. That's what's coming. That's how interesting and cool. And I literally just had this meeting with top level, gaming developers and
Yeah.
AI people, that this is how they're seeing it. This is how they're envisioning it.
Yeah.
This is the type of stuff that's being integrated into systems already.
It's
And
crazy.
the cool thing is, they all want blockchain to be part of it too, because
Heck
that's
yes.
how the payment platforms are going to go. I
Yes.
I think that entertainment, gaming, and crypto and AI are all going to merge together to create that experience that is going to become that onboarding tool that we're talking about. Screw Robinhood. Let's get
Yeah.
everybody into a game that's going to get them into crypto, or into a
Yeah.
movie that's going to get them into crypto. That easy.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that talking about movies, the Barbie movie last year, there was so much hype around it. They had every opportunity to do NFTs and people would have bought them. They totally, I mean, I would have bought one. I would have bought many.
They'd have done $20 million on NFTs.
Oh my gosh, they could have done so well. And so it's like there's watching the industry as it goes through different things. It's like, oh, they're missing out. They're missing out. And eventually it won't be like that.
Yeah.
But it's still starting up. It's still gaining traction.
Yeah, it needs that first domino to fall.
Yeah.
And that's what it is with all this. Like, right now, AI is the devil. It's like, wait, careful, this thing is
Yeah.
gonna release Skynet on us, and we're all
Yeah.
gonna be doomed.
We're all gonna die.
We're all gonna die. And that's always the case when any technology. I mean, when oh god, I hate saying this. When the calculator came out, they banned it from our schools.
Oh my
You
gosh.
you would be suspended if you were caught with a calculator in school. Literally. Like, when it first came out, it was like, it's cheating.
Yeah.
You can't have that. How are you going to learn math with that thing? Right? How are you going to
Yeah.
learn math with that thing? And I look at it
And
today,
now
and
it's here.
it's like now you have to have a
Yeah.
certain calculator in class before you can even get into the college course, right? You have to
You have to
have
have the graphing calculator.
yeah. Oh man, Fox is just on a roll tonight. I meant an abacus, not yes, the abacus is what I meant, not the calculator. You dirty rotten. So, yeah. Let's see. Old school chemistries. I want to read this one real quick. They're commenting now. They said they will never carry a calculator, and you will never carry a calculator in your pocket. Right. That's the kind of stuff they said. And then when they got them on the watch for the first time, the Casio
Oh yes.
calculator, it was like, that was like sneaky. Like, people were getting away with it. But I mean, people are always afraid of technology. They're
Yeah.
afraid of,
Always.
yeah. I was telling everybody the other day, my mother, she was 100%, my mother's very devout in her faith, and 100% she was never going to get on the computer. Never going to
Okay.
get on the computer. Did not want to have an online experience.
Uh-huh.
It was evil to her. Well, now she's, on Facebook with the grandkids every day.
Yes.
She's got her iPhone and she's blah, 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 sending me stuff. I'm like, well, what are you sending me TikTok videos for, Mom? This is
Uh-huh.
supposed to be evil, And yeah, so it's just about people getting over their fears and the fear of the unknown, and then embracing it. Because, like you said,
Yeah,
AI
it's a
is
tool.
it's a tool. It's a tool,
Mhm.
and it's got to be used for the advancement. And I think that all of these tools are going to help us get to our goal. You know,
Mhm.
um, you and I both want the same thing. We want to bring crypto adoption to make the world a better place.
Totally.
And I think that we both have different perspectives on it, and we come from different parts of the world and cultures and everything to try and get that done. But I think it's going to take all of us to make it happen and kind of show the world, hey, look, we're cool, normal people here. Everything's okay. No one's going to get hurt.
Uh-huh.
Bad crypto's not going to hurt you, no matter what the
Mhm.
government says.
Yeah,
Um,
we're okay. We're fine.
we're fine. We're not all Richard Hart.
Yep. Some of us still work their normal jobs. Like
Some of you do.
yeah.
I'm full
You
time
don't.
crypto
That's
man.
okay. That's great. That's perfect.
Exactly. It's perfect. So what? So you're creating content. You've got a vision. Um, what do you want? What do you think that's going to look like over the short term here? What are you looking at in the bull market? What do you want to see your channel do? What do you want to see people doing? What do you want to participate in? You are going to be participating in the PulseChain Tour event, and everybody, that will be in Salt Lake City, Utah,
Yes.
on April the 13th. Actually, I think it's going to be is it going to be in Lehigh? Is it in Lehigh
Yep,
or
it's in Lehigh. You're right.
Lehigh? Yeah.
Yep.
Are you're close around there somewhere?
Yep. I
Okay,
live
cool.
like an hour away, so it will be perfect. I'm so
Oh,
excited.
yeah. Oh, it's going to be fun. I have a lot of good friends in that area. That's in between Provo and Salt Lake City. I've just a ton of friends in there, and I can't wait to get out to Utah. I haven't seen them in a while. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place. This
It's
time of the
fun.
year, it's like, is it like thawed out now?
It was 60 degrees today, and I went on a walk. I know. I know.
Because I
So is
see
it today.
that few months where it's cold, I'm like,
It's really cold. Yeah.
but spring and summer, most beautiful place on the planet. Utah is
Yes.
awesome. Awesome.
So
So what
good.
so
So
what do you want to see that look like? What's your
yeah.
immediate future looking like as far as getting things done here
So
in the
I was FaceTiming my mom right before this because I was like, we're going to talk about content. And I was like, what should I talk about? And as I was talking to her, I was like, oh my goodness, like I should just be telling you what I tell her every day because I talk to my mom every single day. But I was like, oh, I should just tell you what I have going on. And so basically what I do is I just look for content that I like. And so right now I'm doing this 30-day series. It's a crypto wellness journey, and it's
Mhm,
about being well-rounded and leveling up your life, not just your finances.
mhm,
And so I actually copied it from someone. This girl, she was doing like these lifestyle content 30-day series, and hers was called Hot Girl Habits. And I was like, I watched all of them. I was super into it, and I was like, okay, wait, if I'm that into it and I liked it that much, like that's the type of content I should also be making. And so I feel like for all of us, when we are making content, is the content you're making something that you would actually personally watch? And I
mm,
think that's a really good gauge because I mean, maybe the content you watch isn't the content I'd watch, but
mhm,
there's sectors of both of those types of people, right? And so I think that's something that's super important is doing that. And then one of my biggest things is so I work, I do all my crypto stuff, and I do fashion coder and all of that. And then I'm also the director of kids ministry at a church that's close to me. So because of that, I am just like all over the place all the time. So I batch my content. And so I'll like today, for example, I had 12 days left of the thing to do. And so I actually wrote all the scripts for all of the videos and voice recorded all of the videos and then put them to like the content that I was going to have it on. I still have more that I need to do, but I batched it today because I had time. And so yeah, like you can find time to do these different things.
Yeah.
But it's just
You hear
being
that,
smart and
SJ? You hear all that
scheduling
work getting done there?
it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, SJ's amazing. She gets so much done. She's posting like crazy. I don't know how she does it.
I better not be trying to kick the gift horse. Yeah.
I
She just put one of these up for you.
love it.
I get to in the green room. So you're batching your content, you're writing your content. See, I just get up here and talk. I don't get to I can't script anything. I can't pay enough attention to script anything or read anything. I just gotta kind of ad lib the whole thing and do it and just, hey, let's talk about this. Let's get let's put some stuff on the table, But I think that your approach, and because when people come to consume content in this space, they're looking for information. And if they don't see a chart behind you, you better be delivering either some entertainment or something good. And I call those like the fives. Like you got mind, body, spirit, wealth, and then relationships. And if you could teach people how to make those things better in their lives, if you can actually talk into people's lives about those things, then you're providing value and they're going to want to be around. And if you could slip crypto content in there while you're doing that, then you're really providing value and helping the space to grow, in my opinion, because I think that that's, why we're here, to make the world a better place. We have to help people with those things. And some people are here to help us with those things because, this whole experience for me has been reciprocal. It hasn't been just me, trying to bloviate my wisdom, knowledge, and intelligence out here. That's for sure. But I've been learning, and what I've wanted to learn is from you guys, from the younger generations, because how do I affect that? How do I pass on what I have and give you guys that little bit of extra edge so you guys can go fix the world? Because I'm done. I don't get fixed.
Hey, you're doing great.
It's all over for me. But for you guys and my kids, I'd like you guys to fix this place up a little bit, because the generation before me kind of screwed it up pretty good. And we haven't been able to fix it because we've been, stuck in the middle of this technological whirlwind that's going on.
Oh my gosh.
And, with cell phones and internet and everything coming out. But we're being given the tools to fix this stuff. We know finance is screwed up, but you and I both know that crypto can fix it. So now it's like, how do we give the world access? And
that's why we're here, is to educate other people too, because we have that knowledge and not everyone has that, right? Financial literacy. This is a financial literate type thing. It is technology too, which is so confusing. There's so many facets of crypto. It's not just one thing. It's like, it's economics, it's finance, it is technology and other things as well. And so like we have that knowledge. So we so we get to share that, which is, it's cool doing what we do.
Yeah. And I think that it's very confusing to people because of what you said. There's nothing new under the sun. Money exists, economics exists, politics exists. All of these things that crypto can fix, help, or does are all products that are here already. They're nothing new. There's nothing special about crypto. It's just an amalgamation or a concentration of all of these different things that are in the world, brought into one place, put into code that can be utilized to change those things for the better. Some of them are messed up, like finance and politics and our money system. Those things can be fixed by crypto, and people just don't understand how they work yet. They think meme coin number go up on Robin. That's crypto.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, 99.9% of it is. But there is this 1% of DeFi that's out there. And let's talk about that a little bit too, DeFi. what's your opinion on, what PulseChain has done and what Hex has done and the DeFi space, and what does that mean to you as far as crypto? Because we just said, 99% of it's crap. Is this the 1% to you too, as it is for me?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's interesting seeing what has happened in the last couple of weeks, right? Because it's just been a little bit wild. But I don't even know who tweeted it, but it was like, is this the time where all the weak hands are out or something like that? And I was like, oh, that's really interesting that they said that, just because it shows that, people are thinking about that. But this is like, economics aside, this is a product that I personally believe in. And I will get behind technological products because I think that they're going to work and that they're going to do a great job. And I think PulseChain is one of those things. Hex is one of those things as well. And so it's having that basis, right, of a foundation of, no, I actually believe in the product. So even with where everything's at, like, I still believe in the product, and I think it's going to do great and is doing great.
100 for 4 years, it's been doing exactly what it's supposed to do.
Exactly.
I know this last week, with Richard's tweet, it's been a rough road for some folks. But Hex hasn't changed. So let me ask you this question: E-Hex, P-Hex.
Which one is this? Do I have to choose one?
You just need to give your answer.
E-Hex, P-Hex. Oh, I went through and was like studying the tweets from Richard because I was like, I wonder, just like trying to figure it out, right? And I was like, okay, just his language, there's nothing that's said on accident, I feel like. And how he starts just using hex, and then he only identifies E-Hex and doesn't say P-Hex anymore and is just using hex and all of that. And I feel like there's a bit of an emotional attachment to E-Hex because that's where it all started. And so that's interesting, but I don't know. I feel like I am not ever someone that takes sides when it comes to things. I'm like, well, I have both. We'll see what happens.
And that, I mean, that's the point, is that that wasn't really the question, and the reaction was, I think, a miscalculation of his message, because I mean, when I heard what he said, I was like, okay, he's just saying what we've all been saying, is that PulseChain was made to make Hex better, and Hex is better on PulseChain. Validation, yay, it's better. Now, is Hex the product any different on Ethereum than it is on PulseChain? Yes. Why? Because of Hex? No, because of Ethereum, not because of PulseChain. Now, do we all think Ethereum is going to be around? Do we all think that Ethereum is dying, that the fees are going to go astronomically once Ethereum pumps? I think that Ethereum will eventually pull their head out and they will fix it eventually.
They'll have to.
They'll have to, or it will go the way of the dodo bird. And I mean, they're not too worried because there's only one blockchain out there that really competes with them, which is PulseChain. All the others go down all the time. Some of them are ghost chains. Some of them, barely function. Some of them are just EVM copies, whatever. But PulseChain, nobody knows about it. Nobody cares about it. Everybody hates it, to be honest, that's out there, except for the people that are doing work on it, like Drac with Tank Talk. You'll get to meet him too in Utah. Have you ever met Drac?
Oh, yay. No, I don't think I have.
Oh, man, what a cool group of people. I hope he brings a whole team with him. But they're cool people. Yeah, I met them in Vegas. I've been, following the Tank Talk project from when they started it. But cool. He's going to be there in Utah speaking. And
yay.
Yeah, I mean, what an amazing, can you imagine having a blockchain cell phone if this thing actually functions and does what it's maybe capable of doing? I think that's going to be,
this will go out the window.
Oh yeah. Can you imagine? Well, you're going to probably have to have something. You just won't have to have the service that's on it or whatever,
Exactly. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's going to be his whole team. It's going to be SJ just said it's going to be Drac and Brad will be
Oh, cool.
speaking together. So yes, they're both amazing, and their technology that they're bringing to the tables is going to be insane. What a game changer that would be if that really comes out. I mean, what an onboarding tool there, right? Hey, blockchain cell phone, come get your immutable, unchangeable blockchain cell phone. That'd be great.
That's awesome. I feel like something that's been hard, that has been an obstacle for me, is selling a product that doesn't have a physical product. And I mean, you can sell services and all of that, but it's kind of hard to be like, okay, get into this. You can see your stuff.
What is even harder is, so I've been onboarding since 2014. And of course, until Richard came, everything else was literally scams. Like, I have friends in prison because they were scamming other friends and family out of money because of what was going on in crypto in the ICO days before 2017. But so going through all that now, no, really, Hex is really the crypto, everybody. And, and then watching Richard come out and them going, wait, this is the founder. Like, I think I onboarded one of my very religious friends right when Richard was going through his outrage marketing days.
Oh, yes.
And I said, yeah, hey, he's going to be streaming tonight, check the video out. And, and I turned the video on and right off the bat, he started talking about some really horrific things that I won't speak of right here, right now in front of you. But he was just, and my friend sending me text messages like, dude, I'm sitting here with my wife. I had to turn my phone off. Are you kidding me? This is where I just put my money. I'm like, oh.
Like, sorry.
And of course,
it's
been down since, and that was, a couple of years ago. So it's even been worse. So now I get, hey, how do I at least save some money and get rid of this stuff? Show me how. It's like, oh, nope, you're going to wait. I'm going to force you to wait until after the bull market. So just hang tight.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's been difficult, onboarding people in bear markets and something they cannot touch and hold. They hear about crypto. People are excited about crypto. But when it comes to entering, that's when the game changes. When it's like, do you have a Coinbase account? A what account?
Yeah.
Here we go. It's that barrier to entry. That's what I'm hoping you guys, can you ask AI to fix the barrier to entry and give us a simple 2-click answer to onboarding people into crypto?
I'll ask it. I'll see what it gives me, because that's a good question. That it really is. It's funny that you bring up like the barrier to entry with Coinbase. So I recently taught an in-person crypto class, and it was very fascinating. Just who came to it, who wanted to learn, and where they were at in their crypto journey. And almost all of them already had Coinbase. But when they were able to get through the process of, being verified, doing the KYC and all of that, but they couldn't figure it out past that. So that was really, really interesting to me that's where it stopped for all of them. Nobody got past that point. And if they did, they were,
but no coins in the wallet.
Yeah. Or they would put $10 into Bitcoin or something like that. So it was very, very low
Minimal
scale. Yeah.
Yeah. That's but at least they got there, because now
crazy.
At least you could hold their hand at that point. Like, come here, I got you. And, and you could pull them through the process, give them an internet money wallet, set them up.
Yes.
Bring them to DeFi. Let's show you, because I find that part right there that ends up being the nail in the coffin, or the game killer right there, because you got to quit. No. Oh, well, let's talk next week after I get you the KYC AML into Coinbase and send them a couple transactions. And then they'll call you excited. Oh yeah. I just bought some ETH. Oh, but they say you can't have it for another week. It's like,
Oh
man.
my gosh, yes.
What about that part? Have you ever had like somebody there and you're like, okay, we got through the Coinbase thing. All right, let's get your ETH. Boom, boom. Wait, 2 weeks? Wait, I gotta wait for my ETH?
I know.
No.
Exactly. It always happens like that. That's actually what happened to me when I first got into crypto, but it was on Binance, and it was when Binance was still the Chinese app. They like didn't have the US one. And so I got in, but I had to wait a week, and I was like, "Oh my gosh." But I bought Ethereum at $83, and then that week it
Yeah,
doubled to 160, and I was like,
yeah. Like,
"Excuse
I'm
me." I
in
was
now.
like, "Okay, I believe in crypto." I was like, "I just watched my money double." So it worked
And
out in my favor, but typically it doesn't.
no, typically it doesn't. No, usually it's like they buy in, they're like, wait, where did my money go? But I mean, that's how I got in, was in 2014. I sent somebody some Bitcoin, came back a few months later, and 30, $40, it turned into $800. And I was like, oh,
Uh-huh.
shit. Oh, wait a
Uh-huh.
second here. We got something going on, and
Yeah.
and that's what got me interested. But before that, I mean, I wasn't super, super interested. And then after that happened, that's when I read Satoshi's white paper and I was like, oh, wait
Mm,
a second. There's something really different about what's going on here. This isn't a glorified PayPal app like I thought. This is something different. This is finance. This is money. This can fix things.
yeah.
Oh, well, you have a link, right, for the Utah event?
I do have a code. Let's see. I think it's coder. One sec.
Yeah, let's put your code up there.
Let
Johnny
me.
Chaos jumping in saying, hey, crypto bestie.
What is up, Johnny? Good to see you. Okay, it is coder.
It is Coder, just Coder. So, hey,
Yep.
everybody,
Just
if you
coder.
want to come hang out with myself, Fashion Coder, Drac, the rest of the Utah folks, you can go to PulseChainTour.com and you can get your tickets there. And you put in Coder and get yourself a discount on those tickets to come and hang out with us. Even on the VIP event, that's where we're going to go to dinner, meeting after the meeting, rub elbows with all the VIP Hexicans that are going to be there. Lots of
Exciting.
fun. Lots of fun.
It's gonna be
Um,
awesome.
oh, it is. This is going to be a good event. This is going to be a really good event. I've got some people out there that I'm gonna get to show up and yeah, we're gonna have a great event. Oh, and by the way, everybody, if you can't get to Utah, I'm encouraging everybody to get to Utah. But if you can't, you can also go on the Pulse Chain Tour, and on the live views, you can actually go in there and get a subscription, and for like $9, you get to watch the event all live on stream. So we'll be live streaming the event. So
Cool.
we got technology working for everybody now, so
I
they can
love
be
it.
part of. Yeah. So anything else you'd like to tell everybody before we rock off the station here?
Ooh, I think because today was about content creation, is just to start doing it. Like you're going to be bad at it at first. I was watching my first video and my second and my third, and sometimes I look at my other ones and oh my gosh, they are so bad.
And some of us are still bad at it.
Some of us are still growing, but it's okay because that's the thing is there was a study done and people actually like mistakes in videos because it makes you more human. So
Oh,
it's okay to make mistakes first and foremost, but secondly, just actually getting out there and doing it. So if like content creation is something that you want to do it. Like take the step. It's hard at first,
yes.
but it gets so much better. It gets so much better. And so I think that's my encouragement to everyone is if you want to do it, put yourself out there.
And you can make mistakes because Fashion
Yep.
Coder said, I'm a real boy. I really am. I'm real. All right,
And
my
thank you
friend.
so much for having me. This was so
Ah,
fun. So good to
thanks
chat
for
with you as
coming.
always.
It's always good chatting with you, and I can't wait to come and hang out. Is Pops going to be there?
Yes, I need to get him a ticket. And so yes, he will be there. And
Right on,
I
right on.
haven't asked him, but he will be there.
Well, tell him he's getting a personal invite from RG. I would like for him to
Okay.
be there. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you on Wednesday. We got something on Wednesday night, SJ? Yes, we do. We have something on Wednesday night. She's shaking her head. So that means it is. Let me take a look here. Do I have it in the who's The Forge guys. So Mark from Forge is going to be on Wednesday, everybody. So we're going to be hanging out with Mark, and that's going to be cool. We will see you guys there, and don't forget Friday night, effing hangout. Everybody's welcome. It's your show. Come and do it. All right, Fashion Coder. Thanks. We'll see you. Have a good one.
Thank you. Bye.
Why is Hex better than Bitcoin? Well, first of all, it's the fundamentals of the code. The fundamentals of the code are better than Bitcoin's fundamentals. The inflation model is better than Bitcoin's inflation model. The staking feature is better than a mining feature. It's new tech versus old tech. It's decentralized versus centralized. Yes, all of those things